Hi friends, it's Janet, and today is day 13 of the 30-day challenge. 30 yoga classes, each around 30 minutes long, 30 days in a row. We're really on a roll here, and today I'm going to teach you to fly. What? Fly in yoga? Well, what I'm going to teach you is how to fly in crow pose. We've broken it down a little bit before. We're going to focus the class right around that pose. And so let's start a little differently today. Come to lying on your back on your yoga mat. And there's Nick. You gonna hang around with us today? I hope so. Okay. So maybe you're going to need 2 blocks. If you've got them, get them handy. Have a bottle of water. We're gonna work strong today and come to lying on your back. So as you lie down, we call this posture Shavasana, or relaxation posture. I want you to lay your hands right across your belly. Maybe your pinky fingers touch your hip bones and your thumbs touch your ribs. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale, and really pull your belly in tight. Good. Do that again. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, really pull the belly, not in tight only, but also up toward your heart. Let's see if we can do that again. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, the belly pulls in and up toward the heart. On your inhale, relax the belly, come back to natural breathing. So as you lie here, close your eyes. You can keep your hands on your tummy if it helps you to really feel the breath. And as we soften here, seal your lips and start to cultivate Ujjayi breathing. As you breathe slowly in and out of your nose, feel the gentle movement of breath in your body. You can feel the rise and fall of your tummy. Can you feel the expansion of the chest and the ribs and how they close in and soften as you exhale? Feel your breath as it enters through the nostrils and journeys down the throat, all the way down into your chest. As you pause here in this posture, this first pose of our practice, Shavasana, relaxation posture, I want you to start thinking about how it is to fly. To fly is to be light. To fly is to be free. And to be able to fly is to be lifted up. Begin to open your eyes and take a full body stretch. Toes reach out toward the end of your mat as your arms stretch overhead. Really big, good morning type of stretch. Good. And then ever so slowly as you exhale, start to draw your knees into your chest. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees. Give them a squeeze and rock a little bit side to side. Feel your low back against the mat. So this type of breathing, Ujjayi breathing, when we at the bottom of the exhale really pull the belly up and in, is upward lifting. It almost like pulls the belly toward the heart. And that's called Uddiyana Bandha, or upward lifting energy. And that's the strength of crow pose. Sure, it seems like it should be the arms because it's an arm balance, but actually it's the strength of the abdomen that makes you fly in crow pose. So let's take ourselves into a reclining crow. Your big toes touch, your knees begin to open, and then reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Lift your head up and bend your elbows towards your knees. Flex your palms as if they're standing on the ceiling and gaze upward. Maybe start to draw your heels down just a little. And this is our first crow pose. Can't you feel that as you breathe, how strong it is in your abdomen? It's at work. Release, pull the body out into a full body stretch. And as you exhale, suitcase it up. Draw your legs up, draw your hands up, touch your toes. Inhale, stretch it out long. Make it more like a letter V. The heels do not reach the mat. Exhale, pull it in tight. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, tuck it in. Last one, breathe in, stretch, and exhale, pull up. Nice, draw your knees in for a hug, rock a little side to side. So let's take that a little bit stronger, thinking that we're stretching a bit and then coming into crow. So think of it as a crunch on your back. As you inhale, lengthen out, point your toes, and as you exhale, elbows and knees connect. Good, find that crow. Breathe in, stretch, exhale, crunch. Awesome. One more time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crow crunch. Breathe in, stretch long, and exhale, relax. Full body stretch. Nice work. Draw your knees back in, rock gently side to side. And then change direction. Rock 3 times to seated. Once you come up to seated, Sit cross-legged on your mat. Bring your palms to touch together at heart space. This posture is called Sukhasana, or easy seated posture. With your hands at heart center, gaze down over your fingertips or close your eyes. And let's take a moment to set an intention here for our practice. Our intention may be to be lifted up by our practice. And it might be helpful to think of someone in your life that always lifts you up. I come from a family of 9 children, and I'm lucky enough to have 3 sisters, and my sisters, Anne, Lori, and Tuyat, always lift me up. So for me, I'm going to dedicate my practice to my lovely, beautiful sisters that lift me up in life. They make me feel lighter, always there to listen. Who lifts you up? Who holds you up and helps you when things start to get you down? Dedicate your practice to that special someone, or if you're lucky like me, to 3 people in your life that always lift you up. Breathe in. And as you exhale, open your eyes, and let's come to tabletop, onto the hands and knees. Continue this exploration of upward lifting energy in the abdomen. So coming to tabletop, you start to align your wrists beneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, and your feet separate slightly. As you inhale, drop your belly, roll your shoulders down and back, lift your gaze, stretch your abdomen, and breathe out to round into a cat pose. Press your back up toward the ceiling, really pull the belly up and in. Do it again. Breathe and drop the belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round it out, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Once more, breathe in, cow. And breathe out to cat pose. On your inhale, come to a neutral spine, curl your toes under. Try this, little bit of a hovering cat. Lift the knees, round the spine, pull your belly in tight. Hold for 3. How's your breath? Keep breathing. 2, 1, good. Drop to the knees, open your knees wide, bring your big toes to touch. Push your hips to your heels and stretch your arms forward. Soften to your yoga mat. Just take a few breaths here, surrendering, offering yourself a place you could come to rest if you just need a break. If you need a rest, come to child's pose. And then breathe in to rise back up to tabletop. Coming onto your hands and your knees. There you go. Let's exhale. Curl the toes under. Push back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs back there. Stretch it out. Breathe into it. Hips are high. Heart melts back. We exhale to down dog. For the same thing, we're pulling the belly up and in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now let's change it a little bit. Start to round the spine. As you inhale, shift forward to high plank. And as you exhale, belly tight, down dog. Good. Do it again. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Last one. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Nicely done. From down dog, lift your gaze and walk to the top of the mat to ragdoll. As you come to ragdoll, leave your feet separated, hip distance or even more. Soften your knees, hold opposite elbows, or tuck your hands into the crook of the opposite elbow and hang and wag your body a little bit side to side. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe nod your head yes and no. Just letting go, softening. Good, and then release your fingertips to the mat, and either keep the feet separated if that feels better, or bring them together to touch. Breathe into a flat back, lift up halfway. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, stay as you breathe out. One more big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to mountain, Tadasana. Turn your palms toward each other, relax your shoulders down, tuck your tail under, pull your belly in and up towards your heart. Lift your 10 toes up, spread them out wide, gently, softly place them down. Breathe in, breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your palms, step to plank. Now we've been here before, moving through our first yoga push-up, coming to the knees as needed, or skipping and waiting in down dog, or staying on your tippy toes, shift forward and lower halfway. Breathe into cobra or up dog and hold your back bend. If you're in cobra, you might have your belly on the mat and just kind of lifting your shoulders. If you're in up dog, the knees and thighs are not relaxed on the mat. They are lifted up. Good. Shoulders roll down and back. Gaze forward. Breathe in and breathe out to meet a downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Breathe in, look forward, and exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe into rise to mountain pose. You just did it, sun salutation, 1 round. Let's do 2 more rounds. Flow with your breath. Here we go. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step to plank. Breathe in, shift forward. Breathe out, lower halfway. Inhale to up dog, and exhale to down dog. Modify as needed. Here we go, 3 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Once more, deep breath in. Stay as that breath flows out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain. 1 more round. Here we go. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank, and flow through high to low. Breathe into cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Moving on to sun B. Inhale, chair pose. Sit deep, reach high. Sit as high or as low as feels just right for you today. Your gaze is forward. If your shoulders are tender, maybe your arms reach out at shoulder height or reach them high. Breathe in and pull your belly in as you breathe out. 1 more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank, wave in down dog or flow through high to low. Inhale to up dog and exhale to down dog. Remember Uddiyana Bandha, upward lifting energy. Give this a try. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in tight. Inhale, right leg high, and exhale, step through to low lunge. Spin the back foot flat and rise up, warrior 2. Lunge deeply into the front knee, back leg strong and straight, arms stretch out at shoulder height, and your gaze is over your right fingertips. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Keep your lower body exactly as it was in warrior 2. Maybe gaze up, right elbow to right thigh, or arms at 6 and 12, your choice. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, reverse warrior, back hand down the back thigh, right arm to the sky. Check in with that right knee, lunge deep, look up. Feel your breath flow in, and as you breathe out, cartwheel your hands back down and step back, high to low plank. Breathe into up dog, and we meet in down dog. Second side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, bring it in, hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Take your time, rise to warrior 2, set it up. Both arms stretching out at shoulder height. Relax your shoulders. Gaze over your left fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, left elbow, left thigh, right hand to the sky, gazing up. Or take your personal variation. Breathe it in. Stay as you breathe out. 1 more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, back hand down, left hand high, lunge deep, look up, inhale, exhale. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank, flow through high to low. Breathe into up dog, and breathe out to downward facing dog. From down dog, come down to your hands and knees, grab a sip of water, towel off. Let's try it. Let's give that crow pose a try. As soon as you've had a little water and you're ready, grab your 2 blocks. We'll take a little time with this here, just really breaking it down. So have the blocks within arm's reach. All right. So I'm going to bring you back to down dog. Keep the blocks forward at the top of the mat for now. Curl your toes under from tabletop and exhale to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, walk your feet forward about halfway up the mat and walk your hands back about halfway down the mat. So you're right about in the middle of your mat as you start to separate your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Turn your toes out and drop your tail down. Good. Now bring your hands to prayer position. This is Malasana. And roll your shoulders down and back so you're sitting up nice and tall. Now part of crow, of course, is hip flexibility. How on earth are you going to get your knees to the backs of your arms if your hips are really tight? There are various ways to do this, but this is a great stretch to get you there. So just noticing how this feels. If this is not working for you, if your hips are too tight today, or you have challenges in your knees, I recommend that you come down to seated into bound angle or Baddha Konasana. Bottoms of your feet touch, knees fall open, and heels pulling up close to your groin. So we're just taking a moment here. We're really warmed up. We did sun salutations, and we're feeling hot, sweaty, warmed up. So take advantage of the heat in your body to work on your flexibility in either bound angle or Malasana squat like we're doing. Sometimes we call this frog pose. It's a great place to launch into crow pose, but before we do that, let's practice with blocks. All right, so the block at the front of the mat, I usually put it a little bit higher, and then we'll start with 2 blocks and we'll just take them away one at a time and just keep breaking it down and playing around with this challenging posture. I'm gonna slide this block back. My hands are gonna go at least 6 to 12 inches away from my block. As I come to standing on the block, my knees drop open and touch to the outside of my arms or on the backs of my arms. I feel like I need more space. I'm gonna move my block forward, my hands forward, and then shifting the center of gravity forward, I'll come to bring my forehead to rest on the block. So now that we're set up, let's really work that bandha, pull the belly in tight. Good, see if you can lift your back a little bit toward the ceiling. Just mindfully exhaling and pulling it in tight. Feeling strong there, come on down, and let's get rid of the block beneath our feet. Set it aside, here we go. So with our hands on the mat, our knees come to the backs of the arms, we look forward toward the block, and we place our forehead on the block. Now you feel stable there, maybe lift your feet off the mat. You've got the blocks. Good, and then come on down. I think we're ready. Okay, let's set both blocks aside, palms to the mat. Place your palms on the mat, knees on the tries. Keep your gaze lifted. Be brave. Who brings you up? Who makes you feel like flying? Pull your belly tight. Lift 1 foot at a time. Nice. Maybe today, whoop, both feet. Good. And once you've had enough of that, bring yourself back to child's pose and settle down. Slow down your breathing. Big toes touch, knees wide, hips to heels. Take as much time as you need. Work on that crow pose. We've worked hard. Let's start to stretch it out. Arms forward. Soften your forearms, soften your forehead. Notice your heartbeat. Is your heart racing a little bit? Mine sure is. Whenever we challenge ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, boy, our heart rate really gets going. You know what I do? I call one of my sisters when I'm excited about something fun to share or challenged with something. I'll give Ann, Lori, or Juliet a call and just say, hey, I need you to help me through this. I need you to lift me through this. And that's what we do for each other. Let's come back up to tabletop. Come onto your hands and knees. And as you breathe out, curl your toes under, push up and back to down dog. Really stretch it out. Take some time here. Pedal it out or hold still. And then lift your gaze and walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Moving into balance, adding a posture to our sequence, eagle pose. So as you sit down, chair is the foundation for eagle. Take your right arm, sweep it underneath your left arm, crossing at the elbows. Maybe your palms touch and your hands could rest on your shoulders. Find your drishti focus, single pointed, unwavering, shift to the left leg and take your right leg over your left leg. Some people can hook their toes. My foot usually just kind of hangs around. Now that I'm there, I'm gonna square the hips, sit just a little deeper. All right, eagles, take flight. Unravel the right leg, unravel your arms. Sweep your arms out like the letter T and fly. Really good. And then bring both feet to touch, arms overhead, sit into chair. Second side. Left arm under right, crossing at the elbows, palms connect. Lift your elbows, soften your shoulders, find your focus, shift to the right foot, and take your left leg over your right. There we go. Sitting deep. Stay focused. Keep breathing. And then fly, unravel. Taking the left leg behind you, arms out like the letter T. And then bring both feet to touch, hands overhead, palms connect. And breathe out to bring your hands back to your heart space. Close your eyes, gaze down over your fingertips. Let's pause in a moment of gratitude for those people in our lives that keep us elevated, for those that lift us up. Breathe in that feeling of gratitude. And then as you exhale, open your eyes. Release your palms to your side and let's flow. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step to plank. Shift forward and lower all the way down. Let's rest the right cheek on the mat. Rest your arms by your side. Just take a moment to breathe. Whew. We worked a lot of core today, so let's start to work the back. We worked abs, now the back. Palms by your chest or shoulders. Legs together like one cobra tail. And inhale, lift your head up, your heart up. Lift your hands up off the mat. Squeeze your elbows back and continue to lift. Maybe lower your chin, lengthening out the back of your neck just a little. One more big breath in. And breathe out to lower the left cheek to the mat. Arms by your side. Relax. Release. All right, we've got to take locust pose and fly together. Bring your chin to the mat. Bring your arms out like the letter T and then lift up. Lift your legs up, lift your arms up, lift your chest up. Turn your thumbs up and squeeze your arms back. Really flying high. One more big breath in, lift. Exhale, lower. Opposite cheek to the mat, right cheek on the mat, look left. Just take a few breaths here, relax. All right, one more. Big heart opener, floor bow. Chin to the mat. Kick your feet into your seat. Reach back and grab your feet. Get a good grip. Hold on tight. Draw your knees a little closer today. And breathe in to push your feet away. Lift your gaze up. Keep breathing. Keep kicking. One more big breath in. Kick. And exhale, let it go. Look now to the right with your left temple on the mat. Arms by your side. Good. Let's place our palms beneath our shoulders and push into tabletop. Start crawling forward to the front of your mat and sit cross-legged on your mat. As you sit on your mat in Sukhasana, easy seated pose, we'll move into a seated twist. Sit up nice and tall, and then take your left hand to your right thigh, and your right hand behind you. Breathe in to lift up and breathe out to turn and look to the right. Look behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Once more, breathe in, extend, and breathe out to twist deep. Good. On your inhale, come back to center, and exhale, go the other way. Right hand to the left thigh, left hand behind you. Lift on your inhale, and twist on your exhale to the left. Breathe in, lengthen, and breathe out, twist. One more deep breath in. Deepest twist as you breathe out. On your inhale, come back to center, and take your legs out in front of you. Pull the fleshy part of your booty back just a little bit. And as you breathe in, lift up. And as you breathe out, fold forward, reaching out for whatever you can get. You can even use your strap here as we sometimes do. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull the belly tight and fold deeper. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more, inhale. Deepest forward fold as you exhale. Good, and then rise back up. We're going to do a seated hip opener, bound angle with a hinge at the hips forward. So come back to bound angle, bottoms of your feet touch, knees fall open. Pull the heels in close to your groin, lift up as you breathe in, and hinge forward as you breathe out. Just take a few breaths. You can use your elbows to push your knees wider. It's really feeling your hips open. And then slowly rise up. Draw your knees up and take your legs forward. We're going to come to Shavasana, utilizing our blocks today in Shavasana. So grab your 2 blocks if you have them. If not, more traditional Shavasana is fine. We're going to take these blocks and create the letter T shape with the blocks. The second highest block is a pillow for your head. So it kind of goes behind you at its second highest setting. And then the other block lays down perpendicular to it at its lowest, flattest setting. As you begin to lie down, reach around and find that block and bring the low edge of the block about even with your bra strap, right to the bottoms of your shoulder blades there. Good. Now as you come back, reach back and adjust the pillow for your head. And hey, if it's not working, don't worry about it. Don't do it. If it feels good, take your legs and kind of open them like Shavasana, like a little bit wider than the width of your mat. Or if you want, if your low back hurts, place your feet on the mat as wide as your mat, knees touching. And today, I'd like to offer you an opening even for the hips. Toe your feet toward each other if you'd like. Let your knees fall open in the same stretch we did a moment ago. Close your eyes. Let your shoulder blades frame the lowest block and just relax. Feel your heart open. Let go of controlling your breath. Just settle in and enjoy the stretch. You might like this Shavasana, helping to open your heart, shoulders roll down and back. And stay there as I share a little more inspiration with you. Today we took flight. We practiced upward lifting energy. It's called Uddiyana Bandha. A bandha is an energy lock in the body. You have one at your base, you have one at your throat, and right in the middle is Uddiyana Bandha, right at the diaphragm. And when we use this strength to pull ourselves up into crow pose, it's more of a lift and less of a weight on the arms as they balance. We balance on our palms. It also reminds us that we have an option in life to let it really get us down or to lift ourselves up and carry on regardless of what's going on. And usually we have special people in life that help lift us up. Who's that special person for you? As you lie here, feel gratitude for the special relationship that you have. Maybe you're lucky like me to have really loving and supportive sisters that always lift me up. I love that, Lori and Tuyet. When you feel ready, bring yourself upright to seated by rolling carefully off the blocks. And once you arrange yourself seated on your mat, bring your hands to prayer position in front of your heart. Draw your thumb knuckles against your breastbone. Maybe gaze down at your fingertips or just close your eyes. Take a moment, feel grateful for the people in life that lift you up. And then take into account that you truly lift others up as well and appreciate that part of yourself. And then draw your hands up to the space between your eyebrows, to the third eye. What an honor to guide your powerful practice and bringing yourself into flight today in crow pose. At the end of our practice, we'll honor the goodness, the love, the lightness of being in each of us. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much. You made it to 13 of 30 days of yoga. Feeling good, feeling strong, looking forward to more. Thank you so much for subscribing to Free Yoga Club. Leave your comments below. It really helps us to know what your thoughts are about the classes. So I'd love to hear your comments. Just type them in underneath the YouTube video and share with your friends. Have them subscribe and do yoga with you. Yoga means union, to bring us all together, yoke us together in this beautiful physical exercise that is so much more. Thank you.